Hey folks, welcome to the webinar. We're going to wait just a few minutes to let some more people get on board. We'll start very shortly. Okay, welcome to tonight's webinar, everyone. Tonight will be hosted by Seasonal Trader Pro and Trade Exchange. This is Patrick Moorhead speaking from Chicago. I am the head of listings for Trade Exchange. It is my job to search for publisher partners who are proficient market analysts, market timers, stock pickers, and traders. Tonight, we're going to learn more about Dr. Keith Wade and Seasonal Trader Pro. We met Keith in June of 2020. Right away, we were impressed with Keith's background and accomplishments, and we're very pleased to be in partnership with the Seasonal Trader Pro. A little later in the webinar, we'll have a visit from Mike Anton, the CEO of Trade Exchange. Mike will show everyone how they can access Dr. Wade's trade alerts from the Trade Exchange mobile app. So let's get started. I'm going to turn it over to Keith. Keith, I believe now is in North Carolina after a tremendous move a couple weeks back. Is that right, Keith?
That's right. Thanks, Patrick. A lot of my followers know it was quite the event for me to get across country. I had to take our horses and everything, but we made it. We have now settled in and quite honestly enjoying the mild North Carolina quote unquote fall/winter. So far so good.
Okay, it's actually, it's been 70 degrees in Chicago for about a week, and for that to happen in November is unheard of. So we're feeling very blessed here. But anyway, if you want to tell us a little bit about your background, Keith, or your trading strategy, you think we need to know, just kind of go for it.
Sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, so what I'd like to do is just give a little bit about myself. I see a lot of familiar faces. Those of you that have not heard of me before, let me just give you a brief background. I'm going to talk briefly about, for this service, everything I do is trading using seasonal advantages. I'm just going to define that and talk about that real quick, but I won't last more than 15 minutes here, and then I'll hand it over to Mike. I've got my PhD in finance. I'm a college professor. Don't do as much of that anymore. Basically spending my time trading now, but I still do teach at a couple universities. Been trading and teaching finance now since really 2006. And it's been really fascinating. And early in my career of trading, when I was able to learn about seasonality, I was just amazed, and that was my thing. I knew that was my calling. That's how I was going to make a living, at least try at the time. And it's just something that every day is exciting to me. Basically, when I say seasonality, I'm going to define that in a minute, but I look for high probability setups that have worked over time and time again. And then I wait for specific triggers based on that window. I live in Tryon, North Carolina now, as I mentioned. We've got a wife and 3 kids, young kids, and we've got all kinds of animals that live on our 14 acres, and just really enjoying life. That's what I love about swing trading, is I can place my trades, walk away, and enjoy my time with my family. So, and now I'm the math teacher since our kids are homeschooling at this point right now. So that part I could eliminate, but everything else is good.
All right. Well, if they don't turn out to be terrific math students, you'll be the fall guy on that.
That's right. And I'm president of seasonaltraderpro.com.
Got it.
So one thing to kind of talk about here is, when I talk about seasonality, a lot of people have read about it a little bit or might have an idea, but really what it is any predictable change or pattern in a time series that recurs or repeats year over year. And people ask me all the time, for my studies and research, why do hedge funds, for example, buy a particular stock religiously at a certain time of year. Okay, and sometimes it's several times a year. And the reason is because I like to say it's like when we wake up in the morning, we brush our teeth. Okay, they like to make their jobs as easy as possible. And if they're trades that have worked year over year, they put it on their calendar and they do it again and again and again. And when I first started trading seasonality, it was a manual thing. You know, I had to document things manually on paper. I still have my old logs and everything. And nowadays we can, you know, we can look at everything on the computer and you can go back. I'm going to show you 2 or 3 different types of trades I like to do every year. And you can go back and look at your charts and see how it would have worked out. Okay. So it's just a predictable pattern that tends to work year over year. So again, consumers, producers, traders, they all fall into a pattern, okay? Again, just like we brush our teeth in the morning, every one of these consumers, producers, large traders, hedge funds, they have a reason why they like to buy or sell something during a certain time of year. And that's what I focus on and how I do and make my trades.
Got it.
So I'm
Very
just going to
interesting.
give you some examples here. Okay, so bonds, which from an ETF standpoint could be TLT as one example. Okay, anywhere into July and August. Okay, and sometimes late June, TLT goes higher. Okay, in fact, it's gone higher 33 out of the last 41 years. So again, just knowing that. Okay, those of you that will trade ETFs or in this service, trust me, this is one of those trades I'll do going into late June or July, early August, whenever I get my trigger. Okay, I have a specific trigger based off of that window. I don't just go in on August 1st. Okay? The last 33 out of 41 years, it went higher. And that's not even using a trigger. That's just pure data saying the open of the price to the close of the price in August, it's gone higher. Because I wait for actual triggers to tell me, okay, Dr. Key, you're in your window now. Now wait for your trigger and let's take it. Okay. So again, just knowing that though, right? Put in your notes for next year. Even if I never hear from you again, that's an opportunity for you to make money coming into late June, July, and certainly at the beginning of August. Here's an example of a year ago, okay? And if you look at the chart on, this is the ZB, but the TLT will track that the same way. You can see here that, again, when I got into that window in July, I use a Laguerre trigger as my favorite trigger. Again, I won't get into specifics tonight, but just to show you where I circled it here, you can see that it kind of went sideways once I got in and then bam, okay? This is very, very predictable. And the same thing happened for 2020. It actually triggered a little bit earlier this particular year.
And that's a daily chart, so it looks like folks following you had a good maybe 5 to 7 days to get in that trade with you.
That's correct. That's correct. You're absolutely right. And in a lot of cases, seasonality will restart trends where then you can stay in it, even longer, right? So you can let your runners run instead of just getting out, because even though a seasonal window may be all of August, okay, sometimes they just continue to go higher and higher and higher. Even if you only have 3 or 4 of those runners, I call them, a year, okay, those where you can really, really grow that account.
Sure.
And again, those that know me, gold, okay, which there's a lot of different, stocks, ETFs to trade gold. Okay, I put the GLD up here. Late November into December, I'm just waiting on a trigger every year to pay for my Christmas presents, okay? It's gone higher 34 out of the last 44 years during this window, and it usually doesn't peak until March. So it's not even a time you can get in and just get out. You can stay in it, or you can get in it multiple times. But where I have this green line up here, this was my actual first trigger in November of last year here, and you can see it went higher. But again, why is that? Okay, as I want to just spend a few minutes here, the reason why this works is because the traders out there, the consumers, the producers, they're all buying gold. And that you can look at why. I've done all the research on why it is. Okay. They like to buy towards the end of the year, and then they like to buy at the beginning of the year gold. Okay. It's a huge trade. I know professionals that's the only trade they do a year, and they've been extremely successful with it. So again, with the alert service, is this a trade that at some point I'm going to be doing a gold trade? Absolutely. And then I thought I'd give one more. So this is the stock FedEx. Okay. The odds of this going higher in the quarter one, right? So January, February, March, this is a lower one, 75%. And I say that in all seriousness. It's gone higher 30 out of 40 years, 75% effective. Okay. Now, my odds are way higher than that because, again, I have a specific trigger. So if the stock continued down and I never got triggers, I'm not taking it during this window. Okay. But this is about as low as I will go, about 75% accurate. Okay. So as you'll see, as you get to know me, my trades are usually 80% or higher, and most of them are 85 or 90% probability trades. Here's just a couple examples of how I do some of my data mining, which is based off of specific dates. Okay. Again, not really for today's webinar. I won't go in specifics. I don't just enter on the date, but in order for me to grab the data, I have to have specific dates. Okay. So look at this though, folks. APD, air product and chemicals. If you just literally went long on October 24th, which is my wife's birthday, I have no idea if that has anything to do with it. And then you exited on January 5th. Okay, no triggers. You just went in and then you got out on January 5th. This thing has gone higher 35 out of 36 years. Okay, so again, if a broker called you up 10 years ago and said, hey, end of October, you want to go long APD and gave you this data, every single one of us would jump on this. Okay. And I also have percentages, like this was an 8% average move on the stock during this window. So I look at things that have the bigger moves coming, because if I can make 15 or 20% move, just 2 or 3%, obviously I'm going to look and take the stocks for the alert service that have these these bigger returns. Okay. AT&T is another one, same date. I just wanted to do a quick snapshot until the end of the year. It's gone higher 30 out of 35 years. Okay, so again, I'm only looking at the best of the best, in my opinion, and then I'm waiting on specific triggers. One of the questions I get a lot is, hey, Dr. Keith, right around Thanksgiving to the end of the year, do you think the market is going to go higher? The answer is yes, because 32 out of the last 37 years, you can see here, you got in on 11/19 and you got out in 12/28, it's gone higher 87% of the time. Okay, so again, just giving you that data because that's important for me to know that the market's usually bullish the last month of the year. Okay.
That's a great swing trade right there. Terrific.
It is, absolutely. My current results on this, and again, I did take 10 days off during my move, but out of 10 trades, I had 9 winning trades so far, 1 losing trade. But in all honesty, I mean, I'm going to hit 85, 90%. Historically, that's what I've done, because again, all my trades are high probability setups. And what I really aim for is out of those 9, have some of those is those runners where you're making with no risk. We just stay in the trade and continue to make more and more profits and so forth.
Right.
Okay. Okay. So again, if anybody has any questions, and I know we'll get to this at the end as well, you got my number, my email there. Feel free to get in touch with me if you have any questions. I know Patrick's also going to give his contact information and so forth. But again, just wanted to give you a big picture here. Everything I look at, everything I trade has a seasonal advantage of extremely high probability. So as you know, nothing's certain. We certainly wish it was, but you do know going into my trades that I have the data behind it. I have a specific trigger then to tell me, hey, now's the day we go. And then it's just a matter of executing that trade.
Awesome. Yeah, and I did put links in the sidebar of this chat for the attendees. The first link is going to be how you can follow Dr. Keith Wade on the Trade Exchange mobile app. And then the second link that I posted is just a contact us link in case you come up with a question. If you catch the recording of this webinar or you think of something tomorrow, just put your question in the contact us section of our website and we'll get to it in the coming days here. Well, excellent, Dr. Keith. I didn't know we were going to get some free trades tonight, but I think I'll just follow you on the mobile app and wait till your triggers actually hit before I decide to tackle those trades on my own. Any outlooks for the rest of the year going into 2021 here? It's been a crazy year thus far.
It definitely has, and What I like to look for is stocks that have been following normality in the seasonal influences, so that if a stock, for example, has been much weaker than what it typically is, I won't trade it this year, no matter what the odds are. Okay, I'm going to skip it. I'm going to go to something that's acting normal. And there's a
Okay.
lot of those out there, and one thing I got my
So
eye
do
out.
not look at it like that stock is on sale. Say it's acting abnormal. Stay away from it.
That's right. From a seasonal perspective, it's not acting normal. It could have some fundamental issues. It could have other issues. And I don't need to go and read all that and try to figure it out. The charts kind of tell me just stay away, because there's so many other stocks that can give me that win probability that I'm looking for. For example, ADGO, which is Broadcom, is something I'm just licking my chops to kind of give a little idea out there for everybody. It's one of my favorite trades coming up, and now I'm just waiting for that trigger to give me that high probability trade. So the outlook will continue to hit new highs. Obviously, the markets don't go straight up. Also, the day or two before Thanksgiving almost always goes higher. So those short-term traders can look for shorter-term trades during that as well. We call it the Thanksgiving Day rally. And then going into early December, people want to put their money in the stock market and not have to pay tax. So it's one of those things that traders do.
Got it. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to turn it over to Mike in just a second, but let's take one question from the audience before we do. This is from Robert. Does Dr. Keith set his profit targets as he enters the trade, or does he set them later?
So when I'm trading the outright stock, what I like to do is get into the trade, and then I'll eliminate risk as soon as I can. Meaning, let's say you get in at 50 and it goes up 8%. Okay, if that's the average return, let's say, then I'm going to eliminate my risk and put a break-even stop, or get rid of half the trade and put a break-even stop. Okay,
Sure.
and that's something that we would put in the alert. But then I like to actually stay in. I use Ikamoko and Hikinashi different scenarios, where I'll stay in until if I've gone long, I'll stay in until I get a red candle, because that's how you can really get some of those runners. So I have a really good system in place that allows us to stay in a trade longer, yet we never want to turn a winning trade into a losing trade.
Awesome. Great answer. And really appreciate the demonstration tonight, Dr. Keith. Right now, we are going to turn it over to Michael Anton. Michael is the CEO of Trade Exchange, and Mike is going to show us how we can download Trade Exchange mobile app, find Dr. Keith Wade, and take advantage of his trade alerts. Mike, you want to take it away?
Thank you, Patrick. And Dr. Keith, great job. Really excited to have you as a partner. My opening comments is when I hear your story and hear about, your strategy is, it's really exciting for me to hear this, because the whole point of the Trade Exchange is to be able to take, this immense amount of knowledge that you've amassed. You're a PhD, a mathematician, and I listen to the stories about finding these trends and the consistency, and you have your way of, frankly, just profiting in the market, and and to be able to share that with others and be a partner is really, really exciting for me. So, really appreciate you coming on to explain your strategy, talk about yourself, and, participate. And I think it says a lot that, you're willing to participate in a platform with such a great degree of transparency. And you're willing to, give out your ideas and say, look, only pay me if it's a winner. So, this is the exact kind of partner we're looking for, and really thrilled to be working with. I believe in my own, thank you. I believe in my own career, it's been the utility of expertise. As I went through my own self-directed career and talking with different experts, it's some people like the Hikamoto clouds, and some people like the MACDs, and some people like, the trends, and some people are fundamentals only. It's everybody has their expertise and what works for them. And, it's really great that you're sharing, what you're doing with others.
To me, the biggest advantage of this, what I really liked when I first had initial discussions with all of you, was followers only if it's a winning trade do we get paid. And that to me is like, you know what, if we have a proven system, let's do it, right? And that to me is just a phenomenal opportunity for everybody.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it just aligns interests. It puts everybody on the same side of the table. I thought some of the things, those trends you found were pretty interesting. I mean, Thanksgiving, I guess I kind of believe that, right? Everybody's, getting ready for Big Friday or Black Friday, whatever it is, right? And then, the gold, I didn't know the gold miners or people are buying gold. I don't know if that's like a hedge against prices, or I guess that would be a taxable event kind of thing. Right. So, I mean, they're trying to, lock it in. But that's really interesting. I got to make sure that you're on my feed now. And, but that's really cool. And the other thing I really like about what you're doing is, you're not just throwing stuff out there to just throw out trades. You're putting out really quality ideas that you've done an immense amount of research, and that you're managing the trades. That's the other thing you said at the end was that I think is really important. And another part of the value proposition is being able to manage the idea. Say, you know what, I'm monitoring this. And so when it's time to get out, I want to send you guys a notification and say, look, I mean, this is, we had a good run in this. Now it's time to get out. And I think that's a really important component of the service you provide. So I'm going to jump over, guys, and pull up my phone. Can you guys see my phone?
Yep.
All right, great. So if we go to the App Store and we put in Trade Exchange, Trade Exchange Group Inc. That's the formal name, Trade Exchange, right? Either one. And then it's the big blue bull and this blue app right here. If you download it, make sure you give it 5 stars, even if you don't like it. Get an all-star team. Wade, right? The Unveil processor card, where we got these statistics, some analytics, et cetera. So, this is our app. Hopefully it's Trade Exchange Group usually comes up pretty quickly. Once you download the app, a pretty simple onboarding where you'll, go through the process, verify, and you'll go right into the marketplace. And in our marketplace, you've got these different search criterias. You can search for emerging markets, energy, et cetera. And you can go through this and find someone you're looking for. As a thank you for everybody, coming on this webinar, please go to Dr. Wade's link, because that's the way we can track, that you were on the webinar. So if you go to this link and you put your email in and then go to the platform, the first thing you're going to see is, Dr. Wade's products or strategies that you can instantly follow. So it makes it very easy to follow, his ideas. And we also want to give you some extra free ideas as a thank you for, joining this webinar. So I think Patrick had posted it, but we'll post it again. And so let's do a quick overview of the platform. So once you start following Dr. Wade, you get cards like this, show me the trades. So I've got some demo trades in here. So you'll get this teaser card, if you will. Here's a new idea. And what's important about this system is that once this idea isn't good anymore, or once the move is over, we take the card away, so that, you're only seeing ideas that are, ready to be acted on, that are still valid or still good, or, that you haven't missed the move. So this is a demo trade, but just to show you, you hit show me the trade. You can then use one of your free idea credits, or you're gonna, have to pay. But as we mentioned, if you close the idea, if Dr. Wade closes the idea at a loss, you're gonna get that fee refunded. So your show me the trade, use the credit, and then you've got, what am I doing? HWN, buy at $22, when it was sent, these tags. And then this is an internal one, but I'm sure Dr. Wade will have much more complete content, and you can read about what he's thinking and, why the gold move is the gold move. You can then say, get in the trade. And then we've got, the current price, the entry target, your account right here. We give everybody a simulated account so they can try the platform without, linking their brokerage account right away. And then there are these pre-filled amounts that, estimate the approximate shares, or you can just, hit this big blue button and enter the amount of shares you want to put in. But if you want to link your account, you can go here, you can hit the link button, and there's TD, E-Trade, or IB. I'm going to put $2,000 in this idea. And then I've got this right here, a pre-filled order ticket. What am I buying? How many shares, the entry price, the current price, the order type, what account, and profit target or stop loss. So we want to make that process for acting on Dr. Keith's trades, just frankly, as easy as possible. So then you've got, your chart. You've got, what am I doing? I'm investing almost $2,000. You've got the targets. And then below, you'll have a section where you'll see what Dr. Keith gave you, right? Is, the entry price, the targets, the allocation suggestion, and then any details on that idea. As a user, you can always adjust the trade. So I'm going to put in a stop loss of $19. Right here, it'll then designate that you've gone rogue or you've deviated from the suggested course of action. I keep calling you Dr. Keith or Dr. Wade, either one, right?
Yeah, either one. Perfect.
So you've got that going right there, right? Now, what if Dr. Wade says, look, it's time to get out. It's time to get out of this idea. You'll get one of these red cards and it'll say close it market. And you can say close it market. You got your ticket ready to go. It looks like I'll be making $130 and I can hit submit. It's really important to be able to adjust. What if, Dr. Wade says, let's increase the profit target, or, let's put a stop loss in, whatever it may be. We make it a one click. Here's the summary. You can hit this button to look at, what the changes are. So there's a clear record. I'm increasing my profit target from 0 to 48.20. And then it's just another one click and you've made that, you've made that update. You could count me in. This is one that I had just unveiled a few minutes ago. You've got your trade set up. You can say, get in the trade, put in 2,500 and then hit submit. So really, really important just to make it a clean, simple experience. The next thing I'll show you is once you start following Dr. Wade, we track every idea he sends you. This is my own feed sending to myself for demo purposes. It looks like I beat myself slightly than I did on the other side. But what you'll see here is like, this would be Dr. Wade. He sent me 16 ideas. And what's the return of those ideas? I'm betting it's more than 20.27%. And then we chart that for you up here. And then I can look at the ideas that I used as a follower, and then we chart that here. And then we've got some pretty interesting analytics where you can see what happened on your winning ideas. What happened on your the ideas you used, winners, losers, pending. What happened on the ideas provided? So there's a log there. And then you've got your, closed ideas, your missed trades, and your rogue trades, because what if you need some buying power and Christmas is coming up and he hasn't exited that gold trade and you got to buy some, you got to buy more presents. You need to get out. So whatever it is, if you miss a trade, we document it for you so that you've got a log. If you need to get out early or get out late, whatever happens, we've got a nice clear log for you. Once you're in a trade, or it kind of looks like this, you own the stock. You've got your today's return, total return, how much you've invested. And a very simple, set of analytics that tell you, what's our market value of this position? Where are we at per share? If there's profit targets and stop losses, we calculate these values for you. We show you where your exit targets are, how long you've been in the trade, and then any, idea content, right? Like what was the original idea that, Dr. Wade gave us, right? So we always have that reference point. You can always close or get out of the idea. This tab right here, everybody, the second tab, it gives you analytics on all the ideas you've acted on in the exchange, winners, losers, active, closed, and then your active trades, your closed trades, and your rogue trades. And then over here in the admin, pretty normal stuff. Like what did I do with my free idea credits, right? We've got a log of that. You can take a look at anyone else that you followed in the past and what are the returns associated with who you followed in the past, who you're following now. Just the basic stuff. Face ID. We've built a dark mode for people that like the dark mode. But we really wanted to focus on just building one really good experience, and that's the ability to follow experts like Dr. Wade and get their ideas, being able to get in on them, see what they're doing, make a trade, put in the amount you want to do it, and then go, and then have everything tracked and measured. And that's really that is the trade exchange. It's about having access to experts, and then getting clear instructions on where to get in, where to get out. And if Dr. Wade gives you a profitable trade, it's $29. If he closes a trade at a loss, he doesn't make any money. And I think that's just outstanding that our partners are willing to put themselves out there and abide by this, because it really, I think, speaks volume to the quality of ideas. I mean, I think he said he's 8 out of 9 and on the platform, and we're looking forward to seeing more great ideas and sharing that with all of you. Please go to the landing page so we can give everybody some extra free ideas to try the platform out. If you guys have any questions or comments, please let us know. Like I said, the first thing you'll see when you download the platform is a card that says, here's Dr. Wade's, profile, and then you can instantly follow. Otherwise, here in the marketplace, this is a demo account. You've got these cards. You can hit learn more, and you'll be able to, read about Dr. Wade, his strategies, see the win-loss records, the average winners, the average losers. You'll be able to look at all of his trades, the winners, losers. We don't show the open trades. We show the closed trades. You can see, what did he trade in the past? What happened on those 8 winners, and where was the trade that he wasn't profitable? So we want to provide everybody with a clear scorecard, if you will, on how everybody's doing. And the best part about this is we really wanted to make a platform that's fair for both Dr. Wade and then the people following him. And that's really, I think, what we've accomplished. And we're really excited to get more people involved in the platform. Does anybody have any questions?
We do have a couple questions, Mike, and I'll read some off to you. In the meantime, also, I was going to maybe log out of the app and I can enter a trade and show people what the trade alerts will look like. Let's do that now. I think I have one queued up. I'm going to put in this Apple trade. Oops, 1 second.
You're in a meeting. You're not supposed to be trading. Your boss is looking at the wall on the whiteboard. You got your phone in your hand.
There you go. Good reference setup.
Dr. Wade's like, uh-oh, something's coming out. This is a growth stock thing. Let's see what this is. Let me get in on this. Those TPS reports look great. Get in the trade, $2,500, and I'm in the idea.
One question we did have, Mike, was does it cost anything to just download the app and follow Dr. Wade?
No, everything's free. So, I mean, they're downloading the platform is free. You only have to pay if you see a winning idea.
Right. Okay. And then another question we have is, in general, how much time will there be to enter and close trades? Minutes, hours, weeks? So I think what Ed is alluding to there is there an entry rate on these trades? Like how often does he have, or how much time does he have to act upon the alert?
Well, see, that's really one of the powerful pieces of per idea, right? So right here is this idea card. It depends on, Dr. Wade's trade. I mean, we have the ability to kind of put an entry range, but, it really depends on, where the provider or partner puts their entry price. If it's really close to where the market is, it could be very short. But if it is short and there is no room and the idea is actually acted on or the entry price is hit, then the card itself will be taken away. So it really depends on the partner. I think, with some of Dr. Wade's ideas, there's a good, couple hours in some cases. I think with some of those other trades we were looking at on the presentation, but it really depends on the partner. And we encourage all our partners to, make sure that they have some room so that more people can actually get in on their ideas than just getting an idea and then having it get filled right away and then nobody being able to act on it. This platform is built to, help people get in on ideas before the move is over.
Yeah, and Mike, just one comment on that too, if you don't mind. When I'm looking at trades in the evening for the next day as well, these are, I realize a lot of people have jobs. And so what I try to do is send alerts out so that they can then place the trades and walk away. When you have a volatile market and the futures are acting crazy overnight, I don't do that. It will be when the market opens up. But a lot of my trades in the past have always been in the evenings, is so that you can then prepare, set, if you like the trades, put the orders in, and that way you don't have to worry about it when you're at work.
Oh, that's great. So, I mean, he's putting in the ideas in the after hours. So you've got until, opening bell to, get the alert, act on it. I mean, that's really great, because that gives people plenty of time. They're not, time constricted in the, especially in the first part of the open or when the volume's high or the activity. Looks like we just got another idea.
Yes, so that was me trying to get a little more aggressive with the Apple entry, as a trader might do. And if they do that, just instantaneously, you'll get that update in your mobile app.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, right here, you've got this thing that, I just hit show it to me and I saw this right here. Now I know what it is. I'm going to update my entry from 112 to 113. Okay. I hit the button and then there it is. So, yeah, guys, it's really that easy. That was really cool. That was a great demonstration, Patrick.
Great. Well, I just want to reiterate that I did just post that link again at tradeexchange.com to follow Dr. Keith Wade and get all his alerts on your mobile app. We have one more question, Mike. I'm going to hand over to you to let you answer, and then we can look to wrap things up. Which brokers can I trade directly with? If I don't have an account with them, how do I use the app?
So you can still use the app to get the ideas, but obviously you can't use the 2-click experience, 3-click experience. But you can trade with TD, E-Trade, or Interactive Brokers, and we will integrate with at least 2 more of the majors next year, maybe all 3 of the majors next year, as we're in a dialogue with them. But yeah, right now it's TD, E-Trade, and IB. And like I said, we'll look to get a couple more of the majors next year, and then maybe we'll go to some of the other firms like Ally or a Trade Station or Tastyworks or some of the others as their APIs become more available and built out.
Agreed. And just to piggyback on that answer, folks, my suggestion would be in that scenario, if you had some kind of a broker like Allied that we're not connected to at this time, I would suggest taking that trade in the Trade Exchange simulated account, and then you can go ahead and put that trade in your brokerage account at the same time on your own. But that way our mobile app will track that trade for you if you do take it in the simulated account. Okay, Mike, anything else for us tonight?
Well, and the last thing I'll mention is, soon we'll have a button on our platform where you can open an account right inside the app. It'll take you to one of our partners, and then you could easily open an account with them. And there'll be some, prizes, extra credit, bonuses, stuff like that. That'll be listed down the road. But a lot of enhancements along those lines are going to come through. We're going to add more, like we're going to add single leg options. We'll add stop limit orders. And, right now what you guys are looking at is the core experience for acting on an idea, a marketplace that's, structured, that's data driven and structured fairly. And, but you'll see more advanced trading capabilities. You'll see a desktop platform and some other brokers and things, from us over the next 6 to 9 months. And, just want to say once again, really appreciate, Dr. Wade being a partner and being a part of this as a early stage, fintech company. And, really appreciate everyone for joining. And we'd love all the feedback, positive and negative. Negative is most important. We want to know what you guys, where we can do better and where you think the the app could be improved, and would love to extend, some free credits to everybody so they can get their feet wet and try this out. And just overall, really appreciate everybody joining tonight, and especially Dr. Wade and everybody joining, and just want to say thank you.
All right, terrific. Thank you, Michael. I do just want to remind everybody in attendance tonight, there will be a recording of tonight's webinar, which you'll get in the next couple days via email, and anybody that did register but was not able to attend will also get that recording. So if there's something you missed, you want to go back to, just look for that recording. Thanks a lot, Mike. And Dr. Wade, thanks for your continued partnership and for the demonstration tonight. I'm definitely going to continue to follow you on the mobile app. I think I owe you a couple $29 plugs from some of the trades that I've taken, but we really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. That's what it's all about. Thanks, Patrick and Mike, and look forward to seeing this grow and grow and grow. It's a fantastic tool for traders.
Great.
Agreed. We're really excited for 2021. Okay. Well, thanks to everybody. That concludes tonight's webinar. And again, sign up to follow Dr. Keith Wade, and we'll see you very soon on the mobile platform, folks. Have a great night.
Thank you, everybody.